back in the 90s. Cracked the A.
And turn gold, now the stories unfold. Dial-up dreams to LinkedIn dreams. He taught the world how to build through
Strings. It's the Max method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers, and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Call him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Call him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live broadcast for today. And here we are in a new month. And I have to tell you, it seems like Facebook and LinkedIn are covered with this proliferation of tactics and methods to build your business. And, you know, I got to tell you, I mean, some of the content, the copy is enticing. I mean, I'm ready to buy it. And yet, when you look at the contents and what people are trying to sell, oh my God. They've taken something that is relatively easy to do, and they've complicated it. You see, so let me ask you a question. What would you attempt to do if you knew you couldn't fail? What? And all you need is a profile on Facebook, LinkedIn, any social network. What if you knew in advance who wanted what you're selling? What if you knew in advance who needed what you're selling? What if you knew in advance who would eagerly buy what you're selling? What would that do for your business? How would that make you feel? And the truth is, all you need is a profile. This nonsense that's floating around out there, that with artificial intelligence, with AI, you can literally let the whole thing, automate the whole thing. And the truth is, not possible. My 4-step formula and scripts have been behind the success of top-earning network marketing leaders and affiliate marketers for over 20 years. Now think about this, okay? You want to be successful in network marketing. The whole process revolves around what? Duplication. Your ability to bring somebody into your business on Monday, and by Tuesday or Wednesday, they could be bringing people into their business. Now you look at all the things that these people would suggest that you need to do. Doesn't duplicate. Create a profile, put yourself out there, make yourself irresistible to your ideal prospect. Connect with people. And most of you, if you've been on LinkedIn for any length of time, you're already connected to people. Communicate with them, talk to them, ask questions, learn who they are, learn what they need, and close the people that need what you have. No rejection. Effective posting is the key to your success. Posting. Posting builds relationships and creates trust with people without talking to them. And when you follow my 4-step formula, you can't fail. With unlimited prospects to talk to on LinkedIn or Facebook, and with continual practice, you simply can't fail. The content of your profile and your daily posting activity positions you to be perceived as an expert and influencer by everyone that sees it. The secret to connecting with perfect prospects and converting them to new business partners and customers has to do with only 3 things. 1, the relationships you create with the content of your profile. 2, the influence and level of trust that you generate with your daily activity and posts. And 3, the conversations you have with your prospects. Simply follow my scripts. The ability to get people to talk to you, follow you, like you, trust you, take action, and join your team revolves around everyone's perception of who you are. This is completely in your hands. Totally in your control. All right. So this is an Ask Max session. And let's see who out there has questions. See, people buy from people that they trust. And they trust people that they like. And that's the whole thing. So let me pop over to LinkedIn. And let's unmute Linda.
Good morning.
Good morning, Linda. So what's going on?
Well, I have like a new person that came in. I have actually a few questions. She was so friendly, so good, and explained everything about what she's doing on LinkedIn, how she likes it. And so I'm a little bit of a quandary of what I send back to her.
Okay. All right, let's jump in. Whoops. I hate when that thing pops up. All right. So let's, for a second, look at your profile. So this puts you out there as someone successful. Let's go over to the message area. And who are we talking about?
Lachelle, the second one.
Okay, let's see.
She's on now. She just signed up.
Okay. Now, there are millions of people like this on LinkedIn. A regional retail leader, multi-store operation. So Rite Aid has declared they're going out of business. Now, this is, frankly, a perfect prospect for your business. Okay.
Yes.
So now you're going to notice if we come up here and we look at the conversation. So you reached out to her at 1:14, and looks like 9 minutes later, she wrote back. Okay. And now I've had a profile for years, recently started doing more active. Company I've worked for the last 23 years is closing. Now, there are a number of responses that you could use here. Okay, one would be you send a gift. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I just started sending this out to people that I'm connected with. I hope you like it. And then you'd ask a question. Well, there are another series of posts, questions that you could ask. Okay, so the one that comes to mind is about light at the end of the tunnel, or the one about storms. And I'm kind of developing an affinity for the storm one. So you go over here, you should have this one saved on your storms. Now, we could just copy this.
Now, I put that up as a post probably over the weekend, some point, maybe Saturday or
Oh,
Friday.
did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. This is yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so what we could do, we could use this one. The other one is there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, since you already posted this, we'll go with the other one. You could come back and you could share this with her. So first we'll send her this. So I've been able to make a lot of useful connections for potential future jobs. So we're going to send this. No matter what you're going through, light at the end of the tunnel. Then now what we're going to do is we're going to take, this is before you ever had a chance send her the first message. All right. So now we're going to do this. And then we're going to combine the second message and the third one together. So first, nice to connect with you. I've recently made many wonderful and amazing new friends on here. Now, we're not going to use this. because we don't care how long she's been on LinkedIn. Then and what you're going to do here, because you're going to do this a lot, you could save both of these things together. So I hope you enjoy them. Now we want to think about the question. Now what you're going to find is as you're talking to people, Rite Aid announced its closing. So there are going to be a number of questions that you conceivably would want to ask. So let's look at her profile again. So she's worked 20 years. Now, we don't know anything about her other than the fact that she's worked for Rite Aid for 20 years. You look at store manager. So last year, she moved up from being a store manager to a regional retail leader. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that the company clearly recognized her talent and ability and moved her in a position to maybe train people in a region on increasing sales, increasing numbers, but she's been fighting a losing battle. Now, let's go back to what she said. Is closing. All right. Now remember what I said. The answer that you get to questions contain the next question. All right. Her profile for years, just recently started being more active. The company I've worked with for the last 23 years is closing. Remember, we ask open-ended questions that begin with the words who, what, when, where, how, and why. Well, you take their words. The company I work with for the last 23 years is closing. Why? Why are they closing? When are they closing? How are they closing? Okay. So out of those three, I worked for the last 23 years. It's closing. When are they closing? If you ask questions and you use the language of other people, the conversation will flow naturally. So when are they closing? How long does she have to still continue to work? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Now, when you're talking to people like this, hey, you're going to talk to a lot of people like this. Now, you already know the answer. Okay. They're going to be closing in the next 2 or 3 months. How do we know that? Because we've talked to other people. But even though we know the answer, we ask it again. Each person is different. So she is a regional retail leader, which means she's not working in a particular store. So they may keep her on longer, or they may let her go earlier. So we sent her this. No matter what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. She said, So I've been able to make a lot of useful connections for potential future jobs. All right. Well, there's another question. What kind of jobs are you looking for? But she says in her profile, she's looking for retail manager and district management roles. That's what she'd like. We're going to let her tell us. So we come down here. All right. Nice to connect with you. I've recently made many wonderful and amazing new friends on here. I just sent this to a good friend. Thought you'd appreciate it too. I hope you enjoy them. Now, the question. When like he's not in a store. Now we could say, how much longer now there are all kinds of variations. How much longer will you be working for them? We could say when. We use their words. So when do you expect to be out of a job? How much longer will you be working for them? You come up with the question first. Then we kind of go back and we fill in get a little conversational. Moved up. So take that one. Pop it out. And she's going to come back and she's going to say, a couple of months. Now, if you follow the scripts and you do this right, see, she's looking for a job. She's not going to be working there and then start looking for a job when she's out of work. These people are looking for a job right now. Okay, Sonia wants to know, is it okay to send a prospect a PDF? Why not? Why not? So there's going to be a pattern to all of these. The key is to find out, for example, she's worked for them for over 20 years. What did she do before She worked for Rite Aid. What prompted her to get into retail? And again, the answer depends on what she did before. Why did she choose retail? What was it about retail that initially attracted her? Well, clearly, she liked it. She's been doing it for a while. Now, the next question is going to be, and again, we use your own. You know, I have a lot of friends that work for Rite Aid. And that's an honest statement because, you know, you're making 20 Rite Aid friends a day. So, what did you like the most about working in retail? What did you like about being a store manager? And what you're looking for is you're looking for answers like, I liked building teams. I liked training people. I liked help people being the best that they could be. If she comes back and says, you know, I really like display, creating the displays, creating, you know, doing marketing campaigns, stuff like that. The answers that you're looking for is, I like working with people. And if you don't get it, then again, we have to move the conversation in that direction. Believe me, she knows all about network marketing. Now, she's looking for a job, but she's not going to be the only person in Rite Aid that is out there looking for a job. And because she's worked for them so long, her income requirements are going to be higher than somebody that, you know, has only been in retail management for, let's say, a year or two. So it's going to be a very, very competitive world. And what we want to do is we don't want to get salesy. We want to learn as much as we can about it. Hey, I really hope you find a job, you know, and you could even take the position that, you know, with your background and experience, I would imagine there'd be all kinds of companies lined up to hire you. So how long have you been looking for work? How long how has the search been? We collect all that information, and the most important thing is, because she's a hot prospect, I mean, she really is a hot prospect. Now, you've already started her. So what you need to be doing, you know, on a daily basis is we need to be sending her posts to motivate her. So we can come over here. Now, let's wait for her to come back and tell you that. And then we'll post things about loving what you do. There's all kinds of things that you'll post that she's going to appreciate. Remember, as a manager, you want to post things that she would really appreciate so that she'd be interested in sharing with all the other managers. Okay, and so by doing that, you build up influence, you build up a level of trust, which is where you're going. Now, you have 10 conversations like this a day. You follow their responses. Now, some people are going to drop off. And the ones that are left are going to be great candidates for your business, which is going to enable you to close maybe 5 out of 10 people that you initially talk to. The other 5 are going to drop off because they're not what you're looking for. She is clearly what you're looking for, but you have to remember, you want to be different because she is going to be getting easily 20 to 30 connection requests every day from people in network marketing, people in your company, as well as from recruiters. We want to establish the relationship, and then you're on your way. Are you starting to have fun with this yet?
Yes. Just so you know, I'm sitting outside of an Apple store waiting for an 11 o'clock appointment. So there's a little bit of background noise. I hope it's not too
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And the beautiful thing is, you know, you can do this anywhere. So we will be back later today. Because again, you could be having the same conversation with 5 or 10 people every day, moving all of them along. So until next time, best of luck in building your business. We're into a new month.